Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. Before we jump back into the game, I wanted to show you how the gallery has updated. So last time we met the witch, and I didn't realize last time actually that you can actually click on these icons. So if we click on the witch, we get a gallery of cutscene graphics that we can see. So, right away we see that we have unlocked the ones that are automatic at the start of the route. We've unlocked, one of you has to go first, might as well be you. So we see ourselves and the princess both with our backs broken on the ground. And a righteous heart, so this is when we bring that version of the witch to her. And you see, there are a lot that are still locked, so we can definitely go back to the witch at some point and try and find the rest of these. And they give you hints, like make a peace offering to someone you betrayed. That's something we can do. Fight dirty in a direct confrontation. There are multiple for that, so it seems like a single choice will lead to 4 different cutscene graphics. And then there are a whole bunch more, and once we unlock more princesses, I think I'll definitely, be really, really trying to get as many of these as we can. Alright. We're gonna load into the game.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright, this time I'm going to try and go for the beast. And I think that the way you get the beast is by going downstairs without the dagger and then just, staying with her for a while. And then something else happens. I don't know. I guess we'll see where that leads us.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab, or... yeah, there are controllers now. Okay. We can do more dialogue options that we skipped last time. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
This game is so philosophical, it's nuts.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can't someone else do this? Did I ask this last time?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
I still don't think I understand the role of the narrator in all of this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
I'm not gonna listen.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Okay. This is all
You'll
gonna be
find
the same.
princess. The interior of the cabin.
Enter the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her.
Alright, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Alright, is there anything we haven't asked her? What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Oh, she's suspicious right away with this. I guess the fact that we decided we needed to talk to her before rescuing her puts her off a bit.
It's not like you'd believe me.
I don't think we asked this last time. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Okay, I have seen this.
I don't actually know what that reason is.
Does this mean... Hold on, I'm gonna save. The way this is worded makes it sound like I'm going to stay down here with her. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
If this leads to the nightmare, I'm going back to that save, because I always get the nightmare.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay. So lock her in the basement is gonna lead to the nightmare, I think. I guess how you get to the beast is the alternative to getting the damsel. Like, you try to free her. The blade gets thrown down. Okay, because what I read was slay her after the blade is dropped down. So that happens when you attempt to free the princess. And when you attempt to free her, and then the narrator tries to force you to kill her, and I resisted the first time I saw that, and I got the damsel, but if you don't resist, maybe you get the beast? I don't know, let's see. Let's examine the chains.
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
Hopefully I haven't turned the situation too much that it gives me, like, the tower or something.
You're making a huge mistake.
She's still giving me Joe eyes, so...
No. I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Checking upstairs. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm scared to go back upstairs because I'm scared I'm gonna get the dang nightmare again. I'm just gonna let her chew herself out.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Yep.
hesitates
Oh,
before
God.
raising her
It's
arm
so
down
nasty.
out, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Ugh. Ugh.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Oof.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I guess we slay her.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
Yeah, I guess this is the beast. This is gonna be the beast.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
She's acting very beast-like. Predator, tearing the flesh from her bone with her teeth.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Maybe the chewing herself out is supposed to be, like, it seemed kind of out of nowhere when I was going for the damsel, but with the beast, it definitely feels like a thematic precursor, you know?
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Ooh, look at those nails.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
I can give up or run for the stairs. No, I'm not running for the stairs and locking her in the basement. That'll lead to the nightmare.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
Look at those eyes.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Beast. We did it. Alright. I don't know what I'm walking into now.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright, who are we getting to know now? The Hunted, I think? That's the last voice I haven't really seen in his element. So I think it's the Hunted.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth. I just like to choose this one every time to hear what the different voices say.
Those are two very different. Let's say for a moment, you died last time. We did our best with the information we were given. And yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something
Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any
Consequence
Yes,
free.
but in this pure... If it's the latter, do you think the people there... All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Okay, so the Hunted's instinct is just to hide. He's literally a prey animal facing the princess who is framed as a predator.
Just be quick about it.
To quote for you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Okay. That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Or you on the narrator's side, Hunted? Very different from the opportunist, who is just pretending to be.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright. I like this one. I like the vines on the wall and the foliage growing through. It's actually kind of pretty. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you... So focus up.
Mirror?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
Hunted is kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie. He's just being... He's observant. That's the thing about him. He's observant. Like, how did we not notice she had fangs and claws before? We're just gonna pay close attention. I feel like that's the Hunted's deal. Why would you lie about it? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? You waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Let's approach it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone.
I'm gonna take the blade. She scares me, honestly. She's a wild animal, and you need a weapon to fight a wild animal.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager.
I like the voice acting in this game. I like Mr. Sims. Is it Johnny Sims? I don't know. I like his voice acting quite a bit, especially when he whispers.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever.
It might.
You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
I hate that we can barely see her. Oh god, that's so creepy.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess.
The chain's moving.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Alright, don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right? I'm scared to talk to her. I think she's gonna pounce. I'm just gonna move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
I think that was the right choice. Oh my god, what is she? Why has she got wings?
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
Not run for the stairs. That seems dumb. What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just slay her.
I'm not even being
Is
given
that
the
all
option.
advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not.
Stop hiding and show yourself. Or, why do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse.
Oh god.
What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Survive? What the hell does that mean, survive? I mean, that's what I want to do. Survive. Wait for her to strike and hit her back. Play dead, stand still. Like, as the hero said, we don't even know what she looks like. How are we going to know, like, what to hit? Play dead, maybe. Play dead could be interesting. I feel like... I am tempted by survive. I think survive. Yeah. Whatever that means.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
It worked. Why? Okay, fine. Why do you want to eat me?
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say.
Right, we're by the stairs. We might as well run for the stairs.
Yes, now's our chance. Quick. And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out something.
I wish I could talk to her more, but I'm so scared that Black Tabby does this thing where they, like, give you all these exploratory options, and it looks like you can just linger there and pick whatever you want, but then a character, like, cuts off your opportunity to ask more questions. So I'm just gonna run for it.
Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air shift. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
Uh-oh.
I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
Were there other options?
You are
Ew! Oh!
place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Oh my god. Ugh.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Ugh.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
Okay, so she wanted to eat us so she would have our body with us so she could escape?
Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
But I'm guessing we need to be alive for that to be possible.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
This is still so revolting. Oh, God.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Yeah, the hunted wants to survive. Dig with the steel claw. Spit me out or I'll kill myself and nobody gets to leave.
I'm so very, very patient. If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
Hey, Chicory, I have a cat climbing all over me who is completely oblivious to the horror on my screen. It's okay, it's just a visual novel. It's not like you can mess up my gameplay. But you're distracting me.
Your body is violently causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
Okay, I'm putting you down.
The cage is still locked.
Uh-oh.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
I feel like if we talk more, we're just gonna get digested more. You need me to, threaten her more? You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. Now's not the time.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
My cat made me click. Okay. Ugh!
As the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
Alright, I mean, I'm curious about if she can talk to the cabin. Chicory, can you get out of my way? Oh. I think it's too late. I don't want to live like this, half digested. And I don't want to... maybe we can stall her. Let's just stall her. No. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep talking to her and stall. I have my steel claw. I could use it to hurt you. We don't have the leverage for that. Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Ew.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets.
Or seeing, like, the veins in her eyes. Yuck.
What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, that was awful. That was awful. And I took the blade and I didn't do anything with it, but yeah. The wild. Ooh. Ooh.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Look at our cursor. What is that? Is that like the narrator's face? It's like a bird's head. We are a path in the woods.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
His gaze, the narrator's. He's restricting us.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance. That's basically how we perceived the beast. We never got a good look at her. We only saw her out of the corner of our eye, in the corner of the screen.
Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
Hi, Broken, you're my favorite.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
Safety.
She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
This might as well happen. We are the world. So we can explore this thing watching us. What is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other,
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Let's say I want to stop her. What do? I feel like I can't do much of anything right now. Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? Whatever we are right now is an abomination and I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. How about I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? It's like together the princess and I are figuring out the nature of the world.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Turn inward and find your freedom? I kind of want to turn inward and find my freedom, but we can explore. Remember how it felt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this. Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart. Don't look at it!
Okay, we can gaze at the terror, or we can bury it before it's too late. Okay. So our options are to remember the harsh realities, basically, of what we just went through. Or give in to something new and beautiful. I feel like the right answer is to gaze at the terror, but this is just such a peaceful place. I kind of don't want to leave. Bury it now before it's too late.
No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
She's not the same version of herself who ate us. She's something different. She's reached the same nirvana that we seemingly have. Let's turn inward and find our freedom. A glimpse of something bigger. Embrace your transformation.
Inward, into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us? This is all too much. Why can't we just let her do as she sees fit? She's the one who can handle being vast. It's not for us. It's not for me. You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
The developing music in this section is beautiful. The way there are different layers in this track, and they're molding and mending over each other, like melding over each other. There is a place you need to be, you just need to find it. I guess, oh, we're going to the Long Quiet, maybe? Yep.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Of course we do. To the ends of the earth.
I trust you. Find the way out. I think we're gonna go to the Long Quiet.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
Oh, we're finding the cracks. But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it. I love these roots. So stringy and tangled. I love them.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
Or maybe they're veins.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No.
Oh, no!
Stop!
But his please disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be. This isn't the Long Quiet where we meet the shifting mountain. This is the edge of the world. Jeez.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful.
Oh no, here come the edges. Oh.
We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
We have a goal now to reach together, you and me, princess. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
But you never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
God, who would have expected that the most horrifying thing I've seen in the game would lead to one of the most beautiful things I've seen in the game? God. The juxtaposition is just mwah, top tier.
Death. Real death. This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the Long Quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
A face.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? Those are like her eyes. They're like covering her eyes.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you, or why? Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
The angry ones are italicized. Why is that? I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The network's wild. A curious and beautiful heart.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright. I'll save there. Okay, so first of all, that was not what I was expecting the beast to become. Again, horrifying at the start, and then somehow turned into beauty, because I guess becoming one with each other kind of opened both of our eyes to the truth of our world. But yeah, so I've now done The Witch and the Beast. I've seen every chapter 2. So now what I need to do is take different routes from the chapter 2s I have seen. And the 2 that I feel like I really haven't explored them well enough are the Prisoner and the Spectre, because last time I got to the Prisoner and the Spectre and I just killed them as soon as I could rather than engaging with them in any meaningful way. And then I got different chapter 3s and it was all different. So I need to explore the meat of the Spectres and Prisoners chapter 2s first. Not first, now. So I guess I'll decide which one to do next. Probably the Spectre, because she's quite easy. That's, you just go in there and kill her without hesitation. So yeah, I will do that next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Slay the Princess.